There are two ways that we can wait on the Lord, and one of them takes longer, and it's the one that everybody seems to be doing. I made this mistake about 10 years ago. I'm going to do a filming here in a minute, and as I was waiting, I asked the Lord, well, what do you want me to do with this time? He said, make a video. And I said, what do you want me to make a video about? And he said, about waiting and how, let me read you exactly what he said. I felt like God said the time is now and people are waiting in vain. And I did like a quick search on my computer. Let's look at it here. And I just looked at like verses that are on waiting on God. And there are a lot of verses where it says, you know, they who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. The Lord is good to those who wait for him. So like, obviously we have in scripture here, waiting's a good thing, but are we understanding waiting in the way that this texts, these different passages are talking about waiting?
I got a motorcycle.
Got a motorcycle. Getting big.
That's comics. Can I go get a snack now, Mom?
Yeah. Felt like the Lord told me to tell the story today of before we went into missions. Do you remember what he told us? The words that he gave us over that time when we were paying off.
I don't know which one you're
Pay off debt, establish your family.
Oh.
There was like several years in there where I was working at ACU Press and you were like in school still.
It's frustrating because I feel like it should have.
That's what I'm going to talk about on the video today. Could have happened if I was listening to the Lord back then.
So that's why we had to go to Norway.
Yeah, that was sort of like
he was like, oh, you're not listening.
You're not getting it here, so I got to take you there. But the point was is that he was saying, establish your family right now. What if I had done that? What if I had said, oh, I don't know how to do that. I'm going to go establish them. All right, babe. I'll see you later.
This could be weird, clearly.
Rolling, and we can take a second take if we need one.
Okay, Phil, are we doing two cameras then?
This one.
When Jesus taught us got some legs that don't really, they work, but they don't really work. They work as long as you don't move anything.
This is, for those of you that have been tracking with us, we work with YWAM. We lived in Norway for several years. Before we were in Norway, when we were in that early stage of marriage, God was speaking to us about getting out of debt. We had student loans, and then also establishing our family. And what's interesting is looking back on that now, I remember feeling like, okay, so we're just sort of waiting. We're not doing missions yet. We're not doing this significant thing you've called us to. We're just going to sort of wait here and establish our family. And in my mind, that kind of meant like, I guess have kids. We did. We had several kids. We got out of debt. And I don't feel like that season was a total failure, but looking back on it now, there's this realization that the way we were waiting was actually wasteful, that our time in Norway highlighted that we were not established as a family. And instead of leaning into that word and asking God, what do you mean by establish? I don't think what you mean is to sit back complacently. You mean something more than that. And maybe, definitely, God's heart was for us to go deeper than we did. So if the Lord is delaying, or if it seems like, okay, this thing that he's given me is not yet, there's a purpose to it. Wait on him. Seek that purpose. Ask him what he's wanting to do. Ask him what this season's for. There is a purpose to it. And even if he doesn't explain to you what that purpose is, keep coming back and asking. Keep coming back to know what's on his heart, what he's saying, what he's doing, so that when you do get called into the purpose he has for you, when the time does come, you'll be more ready than we were. I just finished filming a course, and it's going to be here on the YouTube channel soon. It's about knowing God's will, hearing his voice, and I'm excited for you guys to check it out. Click here to learn more about it.